Because this is what we're up against right here.
So an audit is exactly what you just described,
Yes.
which is, do I know what was delivered to which place?
Right.
The ability to pass an audit or the fact that the DOD has not passed an audit is not suggestive of waste, fraud, and abuse. That is completely false right there. So
what is
now
it
it's a question
suggestive
of, it's suggestive that we don't have an accurate inventory that we can pull up of what we have where. That is not the same as saying we can't do that because waste, fraud, and abuse has occurred.
So in my world,
Yeah.
that's waste.
But that's the mindset of every bureaucrat. I'm with Jon Stewart. That was the deputy secretary of defense during the last administration. And judges are backing those people up. You can't tell me where that went, like trillions of dollars in the Pentagon? What am I supposed to do? Just trust you? No. Where did the money go? That is fraud, waste, and abuse, lady. Why is anybody resisting this? I mean, well, we know why. But the judges they placed are backing them up on that. So if the judges are just doing whatever they want, when do we get to start doing whatever we want? Mike Davis, founder of the president of Article 3 Project. All right, Mike Davis, these judges are off the rails here.
They are, absolutely. President Trump campaigned on the facts that he's going to bring in Elon Musk and Doge to the White House to bring much needed reforms to the executive branch to get rid of this waste, fraud, and abuse. And the president is exercising his Article 2 executive power. He is the chief executive officer of the executive branch. He has a constitutional duty to take care that our laws, including appropriations, are faithfully executed. And if you tell the president of the United States and his Treasury Secretary that they can't even look at payments in the Treasury Department, then that is a big problem. That means the president can't do his job.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And you have all these people passing all these, to date, these piddly little judges that all are appointed by Democrats have frozen or reversed at least 7 of the president's order. We got federal spending freeze, that was reversed by a judge, buyout offer to the federal employees, access to U.S. Treasury data, which you just talked about, transferring basically men back to men's prison, birthright citizenship order, disclosing the agents from the FBI who worked in the January 6th case, and the USAID worker layoffs and the stop funding. These judges are saying, no, you can't do this. What do you do to that?
Well, it's a grotesque overreach by these activist judges. For example, you had a judge tell the president of the United States he could not bring home foreign service officers working abroad for the USAID. These are executive branch employees. The president is the commander-in-chief. He is at the peak of his power when he's dealing with foreign relations. And this judge says you can't bring home USAID employees within 30 days. That's too soon. That is an outrageous decision by this judge. The Supreme Court is going to have to step up on the emergency docket and end this radical assault by judges on Article 2 power of the president.
So, Mike, if you're advising the president right now, which you've done in the past, what do you tell him? You just say, hey, tell that judge to pound sand? Do you follow the judge's order? Or, what do you do?
I would appeal this very quickly to the Court of Appeals, and I would tell the Court of Appeals that there is irreparable harm to the president's executive power under Article 2 of the Constitution when he can't look at spending at the Treasury, when he can't bring home foreign services officers abroad within 6 months. Those are assaults on the president's power. If the Court of Appeals does not reverse this immediately, then the president should seek emergency relief on the emergency docket at the Supreme Court.
Okay, so let's say that it does get overturned at the Supreme Court or the Circuit Court or whatever it is. Is there any, and I ask this all the time, these judges just do whatever they want. There's no ramifications, so why wouldn't they? What can you do to a judge?
Yeah, and that's the problem. They think they can issue these nationwide injunctions as a district court judge because they have a policy or political disagreement with the president of the United States. It's insane. There's recourse. If you are an employee of USAID and you think you've been politically fired, you can go to the Merit Systems Protection Board. If you are a contractor and you think the contract was illegally canceled by the government, you can go to the Court of Federal Claims. there is recourse for these people. It is not a radical activist judge usurping the executive power in Article 2 and issuing nationwide injunctions. These judges are the dictators when they do that.
Right, but like, what do you do about it? Is there anything you can do to hold them accountable?
Yeah, I mean, if they get too out of control and abuse their power, there's impeachment. There's oversight hearings that Congress can hold. They have the power of the purse. You can cut off their funding. I would tell these judges, good luck doing your jobs without law clerks, for example. If these activist judges are going to try to steal the president's Article 2 power, then they need to be reined in, and reined in very fast.
Yeah, I mean, even with criminal charge. But this is actually just coming in that the DOJ, with Pam Bondi, is saying that the Treasury data block is wrong, and Bessent should be able to get to all this. And also, if he wants to let Elon in, then that should be fine, too. A hearing, though, it's not until February 14th in New York City, no less. So it's like, we got to wait, a couple more days to get access to the thing that he was Senate confirmed to oversee.
Yeah, it's outrageous. If you think that the president of the United States and his Senate confirmed Treasury Secretary can't look at payments from the executive branch, how are they supposed to root out waste, fraud, and abuse, which is their take care duty under the Constitution? They have to take care that the laws are faithfully executed. These judges are making it impossible for the president to take care that the laws are faithfully executed.
Yeah, and then you got members of Congress running out and literally threatening violence in the streets, and a pastor was recently. I mean, at some point, is there legal action that the DOJ can take to start, charging these people? I mean, if you just charge one, I'm sure a lot more will stop.
Yeah, you can charge these people with inciting violence. You can charge them with conspiracy. There are a lot of things that you can do this time. And I would say this to these activists who are threatening violence. President Trump knows he made personnel mistakes in his first term. He's not making personnel mistakes this time. He doesn't have a bunch of cowards at the Trump 47 Justice Department like he did at the Trump 45 Justice Department. So I would tell BLM and all these other potential rioters, it's not going to work this time. They're going to put your asses in jail.
Good stuff. Mike Davis, always a pleasure, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, coming up, you sick and tired of giving things to other countries that don't give anything back? Me too. My one bill. Next.